Blessings, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. I am Dane, your host. Hope you're having a good day wherever you may be, a good week, and hopefully, like me down here in Louisiana, you're getting some cool weather, if that's your thing. All right, so putting that aside, I'm proud to present a new playlist / series called not Album War, but Friday Faceoff. And it's essentially the same thing that YouTubers do with their music videos and album war between this album and this album. However, I said that in a video a while back that I wasn't sure if I was going to do this, and I've been thinking about that ever since then, or even longer than that, really. I don't like album war for personal reasons, but I'm a hockey guy. I like hockey, even though I live down here in the South and we don't have a team, but I root for the Blackhawks. So I thought Friday Face-Off would be fun. So the idea is to have these every Friday, so once a week, maybe an occasional venture into a different part of the week, but for now, Friday. And being an English teacher, I like alliteration most of the time. And so what I won't do, as I said in that previous video, is I will not just pick two random albums and have them face off or go to war, so to speak. I never understood that. There's an interesting channel, no disrespect, called Almost Human, and that channel is pretty amazing in many ways. But when the YouTuber does album war, a lot of times I look at it and I question, why are these two facing off? They don't have much in common, that kind of thing. Anyway, but to each his own, and I wish that channel to continue its success. So today's face-off is between Dio's debut with Black Sabbath and Dio's sophomore effort with Black Sabbath. All right, so let's go ahead and begin with the debut with Dio. And here you have 8 tracks. I'll go ahead and read them all. Neon Nights, Children of the Sea, Lady Evil, Heaven and Hell, Wishing Well, Die Young, Walk Away, and Lonely is the Word. Just 8 tracks. I'll tell you very quickly, kind of a sidebar thing, that growing up as a kid, I was always disappointed to see there weren't at least 10 tracks. But that's something I've gotten over for the most part. This is the bonus edition I've talked about before. Now, the way this works is I'm going to rank each of these two by numbers. And what that means is you assign a number 0 to 11. This is my rating system, which I have a separate video for, one of my first videos. 11 doing the Spinal Tap thing, above and beyond. Amazing, right? And so you assign a number for a song based on how much you like it. Is it horrible? Is it good? Is it mediocre? Is it great? Is it amazing? Is it an 11, etc.? And then you tally them up and divide by the number of songs, and you get your percentage to get, for my system, the rating, mediocre, average. Okay, so let's dive right in. For Neon Nights, the opener, let me move this real quick. And I need my glasses off so I can read. All right, so for Neon Nights, I've assigned it a 10 out of 10. That's how much I like this song. When I first heard it, I would say I really liked it, but I would not have given it that high praise. But I always listen to the song when I listen to this album. Next is Children of the Sea. I've given this an 11 out of 10. There are days when I want to give it to a 12, but I'm sticking with the Spinal Tap thing. Children of the Sea have this beautiful light and shade. Neon Nights is just more of a hard, heavy rocker through and through, which is great. Children of the Sea is more majestic, or it has that almost rainbow flair, that light and shade that you find on those first 2 Rainbow albums, that tossing and turning between the acoustic and the heaviness, and Dio just nails it, more than nails it, lyrically and with respect to his voice. Next, number 3 is Lady Evil, and I don't want to say the song is filler, but I have it ranked as a 7 out of 10. I do listen to it quite a bit. I love the opening bass lines from Geezer. In years past, I probably would have given it a 5. I'm talking high school, so that's quite a long time ago. But it is a good song, and I'll leave it at that. Heaven and Hell, another masterpiece, so I'm giving this one an 11 out of 10 as well. It's so dynamic. The lyrics are, dare I say, genius, poetic, talking about being manipulated by those in power, right? What a great song. It's heavy, especially when it really goes into overdrive. Then you get the really poor Wishing Well, which I give a 6 out of 10. It's okay. I would say it's mediocre at best, so 6. Maybe I should give it a 5, but giving it a 6 today. Walk Away. Let's see, Wishing Well, number 5, yes, is a 6 out of 10. All right. Number 6, Die Young. I like even less. I give this a 5 out of 10. Ronnie's voice is amazing everywhere. On everything he does, pretty much, for the most part, 90+% of the time. There's some stinker songs in his solo career, but just doesn't appeal to me. It's too depressing and sad and moody, and it doesn't feel like a Black Sabbath song to me. Anyway, it's very tantamount to what Rainbow Eyes is on the third Rainbow album with Ronnie. Long Live Rock and Roll. It just doesn't cut the mustard, at least for me. It's not up to snuff. 7, Walk Away, I rate as a 6 out of 10. I almost never listen to this song. It's okay. And then the wonderful Return to Greatness, number 8, Lonely is the Word. What an amazing, like Heaven and Hell, like Children of the Sea, powerful, emotive, gives goosebumps every time, at least to me. And the lyrics are phenomenal. It's relatable. And Tony really ups his shredding style when this album comes out. It's not the slow, sludgy, doomy stuff that we love. And I love that too, but here we get really into the 80s kind of metal with that shredding. So there's the back cover, right? So if you do the math, it turns out from the numbers I give each song and you divide, it comes to an 8.375, round down to an 8, which is for me a very good. Now, let's talk about the Mob Rules. Okay. First song, Turn Up the Night. That opening drum flourish, cymbals, and then the amazing guitar and bass that comes in. What a way to start off a song. 10 out of 10 for me. Voodoo, 9 out of 10. I love the opening riff. It's so powerful, captivating. It's heavy, it's inviting, it's captivating, but it's not perfect. I love the lyrics. I love the vocals, but there's just, and I can't put my finger on it, there's just something missing to make it a 10 out of 10. Next, you have the Sign of the Southern Cross. 10 out of 10 for me. This is an amazing song. It's powerful. It's emotive. The guitar playing when you get into the solo area of the song is just so captivating, and it's intoxicating, and it's entrancing. So it's just great. And, of course, Ronnie nails it vocally, as always. 4 is the intro to the Mob Rules title track, E5 I50, which, if you know the trick, which means evil. And it's creepy, it's haunting, I love it. It's a 10 out of 10. The Mob Rules, the song that follows, 10 out of 10. What a great song. It's heavy, it's blistering. It's I don't want to say, it has a Lovecraftian feel to it, even though I don't think it's dealing with the Lovecraft mythos. Anyway, Country Girl. I give this a 7 out of 10. I like it. Those of you who live in Alabama and are Crimson Tide fans, you can relate to the song because he alludes to, he talks about Crimson Tide, right? I don't know if that's deliberate, but I think that it is. Ronnie was a football fan, right? I don't know if that was his college team. I'm an LSU guy. I went there, lifelong LSU fan, and Tulane, but I still like it despite there's an Alabama reference. What's not to like? It's quirky and in a fun sense, and yet it's a love song, but not something you'd expect from Sabbath. Not really, but it works, is what I'm saying. It works. It damn well works, even though I've only given it a 7. It's not high praise, but it's praise. Next is Slipping Away, the 7th track. I give this an 8 out of 10. Even though I give it an 8 out of 10, there's something missing. I wish there was a little bit more oomph to it, but I do like it. It's a good song, or a very good song, hence the 8. Falling Off the Edge of the World, the 8th track, in the same sense of Slipping Away. It's a very good song. It's an 8 out of 10, but there could be a little bit more oomph or overdrive or distortion or something. I'm not sure. But hey, it is what it is. I do like it. And then 9, Over and Over. What a great song. Now we're back to 11 out of 10. Yes, 11 out of 10. This is very similar to Lonely is the Word on the previous album. It's that light and shade. It's that slow build up with the song ending with some majestic shredding from Tony. And yeah, it's a bit formulaic in the sense that they went the same route. The band went the same route with respect to how they're going to close the album, but it works. I love them. There's something to be said about great closing tracks. You got to start an album with a 1-2 punch, and you have to end an album with a dynamite flourish. And so, as I said, Heaven and Hell gets an 8.375, round down to 8, very good. Mob Rules gets a 9. After you do the math, which is great according to my scale. Again, I have a separate video on that. Now, I've also gone on record in some previous video, I guess a Black Sabbath, ranking the albums, where I said that in that ranking, I rank Mob Rules higher than Heaven and Hell. And I didn't do math for that. I decided that for this video, I would do the math and see if it works out according to how I ranked it. And it does. Mob Rules is still higher than Heaven and Hell. Will I always rank them this way in these playlists? Remains to be seen. But these are albums that are musts if you're a Black Sabbath fan, I believe. The post-Ozzy era, before Ozzy comes back and then leaves and comes back again, right? Off and on, off again thing kind of going on with the band. And Ronnie too, right? Comes back for Dehumanizer. So I've heard people say, and of course it's a matter of opinion. That's all it is. A lot of people prefer this over Mob Rules, but for me, I can't. I don't buy into or subscribe to the idea that, and it's a paradox, I'll explain, that Children of the Sea, Heaven and Hell, Lonely is the Word, and Neon Nights elevate the rest of the album. Unless you do what I did with respect to the numbers. I gave some of them 11s. So in that sense, it elevates the rest of the album. But in the general sense, if you're not playing it by the numbers, then it doesn't, filler is filler or mediocre is mediocre and that kind of thing. So anyway, tell me what you think. Which of these two do you like the best? And post in the comments. And I'll see you next video. Click the notification and click the notification and like button if you're so inclined to be abreast of all new videos. And please consider subscribing to the channel. I would very much appreciate it. Take care. God bless. Take care. Bye.